Have you ever asked yourself, wait, am I actually smart? Or at least, am I intelligent, or just, kind of lazy? If this morning you spent 10 minutes deciding, which shirt isn't wrinkled? Or if this is the third instant noodle meal this week and you think, maybe it's time for a change. Congratulations. That might not be laziness, it could be a sign your brain is saving energy for bigger things. Don't believe it? Albert Einstein once said he didn't bother remembering his own birthday, so he could save brainpower for more important stuff, like developing the theory of relativity. Or Isaac Newton, who once forgot to eat because he was too busy wondering why apples fall from trees. Why? Because smart people know every tiny decision burns mental energy. They save their brain battery for the big stuff, exploring the universe, writing physics formulas, or deciding whether to hit that subscribe button on Totoi Explains. In this video, I'll reveal 10 silly-looking habits that are actually signs you're smarter than you think. You don't need to solve quantum equations or build rockets. If you eat the same meal every day and don't get bored. Say sorry to the table when you bump into it. Stay up till 2 a.m. just reading memes. Then this is your video. Number 10, you hate making small decisions. Think back to the last time you had to choose. What should I eat for lunch? Which shirt should I wear? What shoes to put on? You got annoyed, maybe even mad at yourself, wondering why such tiny things are so hard to decide. That's not laziness. That's your brain refusing to waste energy on things that don't matter. For smart people, each decision, no matter how small, also consumes a little brain battery. Many small decisions combined equals faster the brain exhausted energy, easily tired, easy to distract important things. So they automatically reduce, eat a repeated dish. Wear a type of clothes day after day. Drink exactly a familiar coffee. Not because they don't care, but because they prioritize the brain for more difficult problems in life. Do not mistake, this is not the style over the speaker. This is the battery-saving strategy that smart brains apply. For example, Barack Obama once shared, he only wears blue or gray suits to avoid thinking about what to wear. Charles Darwin, every meal is simple, to save the mind of evolution. So, next time if you eat instant noodles for 3 meals, do not blame yourself. Maybe it is a sign that you live with an optimized brain, not a lazy belly. Number 9, building enough systems and then leaving it. You download all kinds of management apps, which is Notion, which is Trello, which is the app that reminds you to drink water. You have a notebook, sticky note, a plan to hang the wall. You take the whole session to choose the color for each goal, label each habit, draw a timeline just like professional people. Already, at 2 p.m., you sat at the snack, looking at the clock and sighed, well. Why have you gone through 5 hours and have not done anything? Can't you familiar? It is not lazy that IT is the brain you prefer to design the system rather than operating it. Your brain is like an architect, passionate about drawing drawings, arranging, optimal. Like everything that looks perfect. And when it comes to the execution, the brain yields to others, but unfortunately, others do not exist. Many intelligent people are like this too. They're fascinated by the process of planning and arranging, because that's when the brain gets to work at full capacity, optimizing, creating, organizing. But when it comes to repeating things exactly according to plan, a smart brain often finds that a bit boring. You're not lazy. You simply enjoy solving the life design puzzle more than completing each tiny task within it. You're the type of person who could design a smart city. But, forget to build the bathrooms first. Number 8, you prefer to be alone after social gatherings. The party just ended. Others are planning to go sing karaoke, grab food, or keep the party going. But you? You just want to go home. Turn off the lights. Lie down. And let the sound of the fan hum softly as your brain cools down. It's not that you dislike people. It's not that you're antisocial. It's just that your intelligent brain has used up all its social battery. Smart people don't just talk and listen in a conversation. They do a lot more. Analyze people's eyes, tone of voice, facial expressions. Reflect on what they just said. Wait, was that comment weird? Think ahead, avoid saying the wrong thing, and prepare to manage awkward moments. Smile while quietly scanning the room for any subtle tension. All of this burns way more energy than it does for most people. So when the party's over and everyone's hyped for round 2, you're just thinking. After party? No thanks, I'll take an after nap. In fact, research shows the more intelligent a person is, the more likely they lean toward introversion. Because their brain needs time alone to process the flood of data it just received. Who said what? Any suspicious gestures? Did I say something wrong? What situations might still need a follow-up? Being alone after a party equals mental downtime. It's not a sign of social aversion. It's your brain cleaning the hard drive, recharging the battery, and getting ready for the next round of social interaction. Number 7, staying up late for no reason. It's late at night, 2 a.m. Most people are sound asleep. But you? Wide awake. Smiling to yourself while watching videos of snoring cats, 3 a.m. cooking tutorials, or reading some random, pointless stuff. Outsiders might say, "You're ruining your health. Aren't you going to be tired tomorrow?" And yes, you know that. But strangely, the later it gets, the more awake you feel. The truth is, many studies show that night owls often have higher than average IQs. Their brains don't shut down with the sunset. On the contrary, when the world goes quiet, intelligent minds switch into creative, analytical, and deep-thinking mode. Mozart, Darwin, Churchill, classic night owls. They left the daytime for worldly matters, and used the night for greatness. So don't be too hard on yourself when it's 2 a.m. and you're sketching ideas, writing thoughts, or scrolling through videos of yawning cats. That might be the moment your brain is working, at genius-level capacity. While others turn off their lights to sleep, you turn yours on, and let your ideas shine. Number 6, bored by small talk. Ever had this experience? Someone cheerfully says, "It's really hot today, huh? My cat climbed on top of the fridge yesterday." And you? You smile politely. But in your head, you're thinking, okay, and then what? Or worse, your brain just quietly shuts down to save energy. It's not because you're arrogant, unfriendly, or hard to talk to. It's simply that an intelligent brain craves deeper, more meaningful conversations to feel truly engaged. Smart people often aren't great at pretending to care about the weather. Feel awkward forcing interest in stories like a cat climbing the fridge. Crave talking about ideas, big questions, the why and how more than what's for dinner. Researchers call this a need for deep intellectual stimulation. Smart brains want quality input, not mouth-version weather reports. So the next time you catch yourself zoning out while someone shares a funny story about their pet fish, don't worry. You're not being rude. Your brain is probably busy chasing a bigger question, like, how do goldfish remember their way around? Number 5, procrastinating but crushing it at the last minute. You've got 2 weeks to finish the task. You know the deadline. You plan in your head, I'll start tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, and you think, I'll start the day after. And so it goes, until the final hours. Suddenly, boom. You switch to superhero mode. Fingers flying across the keyboard, ideas pouring out like a waterfall. People around you say, "Why not do it earlier? Wouldn't that be easier?" You've asked yourself that too. But weirdly enough, pressure seems to be your brain's main fuel. Did you know? Leonardo da Vinci took 16 years to complete the Mona Lisa. Douglas Adams, author of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, once said, "I love deadlines. I love the whooshing sound they make as they fly by." You're not lazy. Smart brains often need pressure to block out the noise, gather energy, and flip into hyperfocus mode. You're not avoiding the work. You're just waiting for that perfect storm of ideas, adrenaline, caffeine, and creative waves to crash in. So if you find that you only come alive 2 hours before the deadline, don't beat yourself up. You're not broken. You're just cooking your ideas in a real-time nuclear reactor. Number 4, why are smart people often the only ones laughing at their own jokes? Picture this. A cheerful gathering, everyone's laughing and having a good time. You casually drop a line. "My love life is like Schrodinger's cat, both alive and dead. This project is pure Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong, does. Me and deadlines. Like an electron, simultaneously here and not here." And then, silence. All eyes on you like, "Wait, who's cat? Murphy who? Electron, is that a snack?" Someone next to you forces a polite chuckle. You're thinking, "Wait, that was funny, no. The truth?" Studies show intelligent people often love wordplay, paradoxes, scientific metaphors, and deep philosophical humor. A smart brain isn't entertained by banana peel slips or someone falling off a chair. You enjoy jokes that need to be decoded, but the crowd just isn't on the same wavelength. But hey, you're not alone. Out there somewhere, there's a tribe of big brains who'd crack up at your zingers, maybe on Reddit, some obscure corner of the internet, or in a tucked-away indie cafe. The real issue? You're broadcasting on 5G, surrounded by people still on dial-up. So don't hold back your clever jokes. Sure, no one laughed this time, but one day, someone will catch the frequency. And even if they don't, let's be honest, it's fun being your own biggest fan. Number 3, a bit awkward in social situations. Ever had this moment? You're standing in line at a bubble tea shop, repeating in your head. 1 boba milk tea, less sugar, less ice. Then it's your turn. And your mouth blurts out. I'll have, whatever drink, I guess. You give a nervous smile, walk away, and think, what did I just say? The cashier gives you a puzzled look. The person behind you is impatient. Meanwhile, your brain has opened 100 tabs at once. How many calories are in milk tea? Should I try matcha today? Do I look stressed? Are they judging me? Did I hand over the right amount of money? The truth is, you're not clumsy. You just tend to think a little too deeply and too far ahead for the simple situation in front of you. Smart people often overthink, analyzing too many possibilities, outcomes, and all the what-ifs. Don't believe it? Einstein was once considered socially awkward. Newton practically hid in his lab because small talk was just too complicated. Smart brains aren't bad at socializing, they're just running too many calculations at once. While others are chatting offline, you're using full-brain CPU like you're analyzing spacetime data. So next time you shake someone's hand and wonder, was that too firm? Too soft? Was that weird? Don't beat yourself up for being awkward. You're not clumsy. You're just a 5G brain living in a dial-up world. Number 2, not trusting instructions, you'd rather try it yourself. You buy an IKEA table. There's a thick instruction booklet, with step-by-step images and even a QR code for a video tutorial. But what do you think? I'll wing it. Let's see if they skipped a step. So you sit in the middle of a sea of screws, planks, and an Allen wrench. Half following the paper, half side-eyeing it like, are they trying to trick me? Half building, half redesigning, what if I flip this piece, wouldn't that look better? Why? Smart people prefer to test things themselves instead of just following directions. It's not that they don't trust others, they just trust their brain more. Researchers call this the need for cognition. A deep desire to think, explore, tinker, and figure things out firsthand. For others, following instructions saves time. For you, blindly following them feels like wasting mental horsepower. So next time you're struggling to assemble furniture, or baking without a recipe just to see if you guessed right, don't call yourself stubborn. You're just giving your brain a workout. Number 1, you get emotionally attached to lifeless objects. You accidentally kick a chair. What's your first reaction? Oh, I'm sorry. The chair doesn't answer, of course. But somehow, you feel better. You're tidying up and pick up an old shirt with frayed sleeves. Maybe I'll keep it. It's been with me for so many years. Or while moving house, you come across a childhood teddy bear, its stuffing already poking out, and your heart sinks a little. I can't throw this away. The truth is, this doesn't mean you're too sensitive or a bit weird. It's actually a sign of high emotional intelligence and a vivid imagination. Smart people often anthropomorphize, meaning they give personalities or emotions to inanimate objects. Their brains don't strictly separate people from things, because their empathy levels are unusually high. In fact, studies suggest people who form emotional bonds with objects tend to be more creative, empathetic, and socially perceptive. It's their brain's way of practicing stepping into someone else's shoes, even if that someone is a coffee mug. So, next time you apologize to the table or gently place down a cup so it doesn't get hurt, don't feel weird. You're just living life with a bigger than average heart. End of the list. If any of this sounds like you, drop a comment and let Totoi know. Red heart.